Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, am I audible? Okay. So, today we are going to start our geography module. Okay, it's going to start with physical and world geography. So, see the first question of the day and take a couple of minutes. What do you understand by continental drift? Discuss the prominent evidence in its support. So, there are two parts of the question. The first part of the question is asking you about the thesis of continental drift. And the second part of the question is asking you, what are the evidences we know to support this particular theory? As we all know, there are different types of theory about evolution of continents, like the continental drift, then seafloor spreading, and then finally the plate tectonics. So these are the theories which try to support the evolution of continents, etc. So in that context, there is one theory called continental drift. So what is the importance of this theory? What do you understand by theory, and what is the prominent evidence to support this theory? So give the framework and the model answer by taking 5 minutes of time. Yeah, Rajni. So very good structure, and that is what is expected. So you have covered almost all the points which are important for this answer. So basically, so what is this particular continental drift? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically in the introduction, you will write that there are many theories which are trying to support the evolution of various continents and oceans. And some of them are the continental drift, the seafloor spreading, and the plate tectonics. So among them, one of the first theories to come out was continental drift, which was proposed by a person called Alfred Wagner. So this can be your introduction. Okay, Alfred Wagner has proposed it. So in the body, what you'll mention is, you'll start about the theory. Okay, so according to this theory, as you all know, so whenever you are writing answers of geography, okay, geography is an easy subject. So the main challenge of geography is presenting content within the word limit and in proper structure. If you can do this both, you will score very good in geography. Okay, so don't try to, in fact, even for mains of UPSC, geography is only of NCERT level. We all know that. So we can only focus on the basic definitions. So wherever you're writing definitions, wherever you're writing facts, try to underline them, try to present them properly. So the best part of geography is you can score very good marks with very good presentation. And wherever possible, draw the figures or diagrams. So that is one thing which I would tell you for attempting geography questions. In the body, you'll write, according to this theory, there was initially a very big single continental mass. And then single continental mass, and also a single huge ocean body. So this particular single continental mass was called Pangea, and this was called Panthalassa. Okay, so over a period of time, this Pangea and Panthalassa, okay, this Pangea further split, okay, into this Pangea further split into the Laurasia, Laurasia, okay, this Pangea split into Laurasia as well as Gondwana land. So this particular Laurasia has gone towards the northern side. This Gondwana land is the southern side. Okay. And subsequently, this particular Laurasia and Gondwana have further split into the 7 continents of the day. Okay, this is the theory. So you can simply, what you can do to make much more interesting, you can draw a Pangea here and draw some water, calling that Panthalasia, and then draw a diagram like how this Pangea became into 2 parts, that is Laurasia, which was in the north, and also became Gondwana land, and then it when became. So these kind of things will attract the examiner, because these are things which everyone will write. Out of 10, 9 people will write answer for this in a very good way. So if you want to make better thing, you have to make it through presentation, okay, and then label the diagram, figure 1, etc. Okay, so this is about the theory. Now next heading will be the evidences to support this theory. Okay, what are the evidences? Again, these are also very common and known to everyone. The first thing is the jigsaw fit. Jigsaw fit here, if you want to score that extra mark, draw the diagram of Africa. Okay, Africa looks something like this, and South America looks like this. So when you try to attach these both, they are trying to come into one single entity. So this jigsaw fit of South America and Africa, again further you explain with the diagram, it looks much more beautiful. And then the paleomagnetism of the rocks present on the border lines of these continents. Okay, and then the placer deposits, as they call, placer deposits of gold. Okay, and then the fossil fuels, okay, and finally the glacial evidences. How various continents like Antarctica, Australia are all trying to have similar glacial evidences. So this is one part. Okay, and then finally you can say in the conclusion that though this theory is not accepted as a total entity today, it helps in answering certain questions with regard to Earth's evolution. So that can be your answer. Clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah, this is good way of presenting. It's good. Like this, you can draw two diagrams. Okay. So that this is much more clear to the examiner. Rajni, are you able to see the paper screen?
Yes, sir.
Same age, and then you can talk about paleomagnetism. Okay, good. You see the second question. Define mantle plume and explain its role in plate tectonics. Define mantle plume and explain its role in plate tectonics. Yeah, anyone? Yeah, good. So basically, what is this mantle plume? We all know what is mantle, right? Mantle is, what is mantle? First, tell me what is mantle. Anyone, what is mantle?
Middle layer of that.
What, Shanta?
Out of the 3 layers, middle layer of that.
So it is middle layer of that. What are the other two layers? What are the other two layers? Shanta Prasad. Mantle is the middle layer. What are the other two layers? Anyone?
Core and crust.
So what is the hierarchy of the three layers? Which comes first?
Core, mantle, crust.
Which comes first? Core?
Yes, sir.
Core comes first.
Yes, sir. Core inside, inner core, outer core, and then lower mantle, upper mantle.
When I am saying
crust.
right, I am asking you, right, what will we see first? The topmost layer of the earth is called what?
Crust.
Then how come core will come first? Crust, mantle, and then core. And this core is again further divided into inner and outer, right? And this crust also is again divided into oceanic crust, continental crust. That is fine. So this is about your different layers of earth. And mantle plume. What is this mantle plume? It's basically the release of certain energy or certain lava-like substance, which basically what is this release of volcano? Volcano is release of internal pressure and the energy within the earth's surface. Okay, within the earth towards the surface. So similarly, what is this mantle plume? Okay, so the question is define mantle plume and explain its role in plate tectonics. Okay, so yeah, so they are asking you what is mantle plume. First is the mantle plume, and then its role in plate tectonics. So again, you see there are two parts of the question. So in geography, please pay attention to these sub questions. What majority of the people will do is write beautiful answer about mantle plume. Do not write the role in the plate tectonics, and somehow they will lose half of the marks. So here introduction is what is about mantle plume. Okay, so it is nothing but in geography, like what you do in civics, or sorry, in the polity, the jargon or the terminology or the words you use while writing the answer become important. So mantle plume is basically the upwelling of magma. Okay, it is upwelling of the magma which is present in the inside of Earth's surface. So it is upwelling of the magma. Okay, it was initially given by a person called Wilson. Okay, and he explained it in the context of Hawaiian island. So this can be your introduction. In the body, you will explain this concept of mantle plume. So what is this mantle plume? So again, this kind of questions should always be answered through diagrams, because whatever I say, the moment I see the diagram, I understand what is the concept of mantle plume. So you must have all seen it. Okay, that mantle plume is like a release of magma onto the earth's surface. So it is a kind of discharge of energy which is present within the earth's surface. So how is the discharge happening? Okay, it is happening through a narrow conduit like area. Okay, narrow conduit like area. So this mantle plume happens through a narrow conduit like area. Okay, and then it spreads. Okay, it spreads onto the surface. Okay, it spreads onto the surface. Also it sometimes feeds to the volcanoes. The magma of the mantle plume feeds to the volcanoes. Okay, so how this looks like is, there is your core. Okay, core, mantle, and the crust. This is the outermost layer of the earth's surface. This crust is generally called the rocky surface of the earth. Okay, so through core, through a narrow conduit like area. Okay, and it comes here and gets deposited here. So it looks like a mushroom. If you see, it's looking like a mushroom. And this upwelling of magma is called mantle plume. And why it is called mantle plume? Because the majority of the activity of this upwelling is happening in the mantle area of the earth's surface, and hence it is called mantle plume. Okay, so basically, what is the reason? Discharging heat energy accumulated inside the earth's surface, and then transfer of energy and then the stability. Through transfer of energy, it attains a kind of stability. So these are the reasons. And then next side heading is role of mantle plume in this phenomena called plate tectonics. So who has proposed plate tectonics? Okay, so basically, as you have seen, this mantle plume is bringing the lava up to the mouth of volcanoes. It brings to the mouth of volcanoes. Okay, so It acts as a driving force for plate tectonics. Plate tectonics is a continuous activity through which the continents are moving. Okay. So these cause volcanic floods and also deposit of lava, sometimes forming lava plains and plateaus. And then it also helps in creation of oceanic ridges. It helps in creation of oceanic ridges. And this mantle plume creates volcanic mountains or hills. And example is, it also forms, as we said, it forms the plains and plateaus. Example is the Hawaiian plain or island, which is an example of the extension of mantle plume, and also a place called Mount Chain in Pacific Ocean. So in the conclusion, you can write, the earth tries to stabilize through various natural activities, and one among them is this mantle plume, which brings stability to the earth where it loses energy and heat. And this mantle plume and its natural phenomena has supported the theory of plate tectonics. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So again, I am very confident that 90% of you will write answer which is almost in the same line. I'm very confident of this because in geography there is only that much you can write. Either you write or either I write. There is nothing about these theories that we are going to invent today. Please understand that. Whatever these theories of mantle plume, continental drift, seafloor spreading, plate tectonics. In plate tectonics, you'll write what are the major plates. Major plates, you'll write some names. Minor plates, you'll write some names. Okay, and then you'll write what is subduction. Okay, and then what is this subduction, how it is going to create new continents, etc., etc. All this you'll write. What is the zone of subduction and what are the convergent boundaries, convergent, constructive, all these are very common points everyone will be writing. So all, again I'm trying to stress, in geography there is only one thing which can differentiate you, is this aspect, the presentation. The more you focus on this area, the more chances are there for you to get that extra half mark. You may think, sir, for half mark I should put so much effort, draw a diagram and all. Yes, even this half mark counts in the mains examination. Half mark may look very big in prelims, but it is equally big in the mains examination. So at least for the questions you know answers, you need to write very good answers. Good. So this is good. Figure 1. Label it. When you are labeling, number it also. You can say how it is forming the plains and plateaus. Okay, Shanta Prasad. Okay, good. See the third question. Explain the formation of thousands of islands in Indonesian and Philippine archipelagos. Yeah. Okay, good point, Suman. Okay. So see the question. Explain the formation of thousands of islands in Indonesian and Philippine archipelagos. So basically, here he has used a word called archipelago. So we all know what is archipelago. What is archipelago? Group of small islands are generally referred to as archipelagos. So what is the question? One second. Question is like this. Formation of thousands of islands. So what is the reason for formation of thousands of islands in Indonesia and Philippines? And he's saying archipelago. So in the introduction, you will write an archipelago is group of small islands. Group of small islands. Okay. And the countries of Indonesia and Philippines have lot of islands, and hence they are called as archipelagos. Now in the body, what are the reasons for formation? So first you write formation of Indonesia. So what is the reason for formation of Indonesia? That's important. So here, what is the reason for formation of Indonesia? As we all know, basically this area of Indonesia, Philippines, Japan, okay, and then up to the border of Australia, it forms like a horseshoe. Okay, if this is your Indonesia, Philippines, Japan, this is called, generally what is this called? What is this called?
Pacific Ring of Fire.
This is called Pacific Ring of Fire, because this entire area is having lot of volcanic activity and also lot of tectonic activity. Why? And this particular plate tectonic activity is resulting into the volcanic activity. Why there is so much tectonic activity? That is the reason for the formation of Indonesia and Philippines. So see, these are all very straightforward questions where you need to explain the examiner about the logic behind your answer. That's all. That's all what you need to do. If you want, you can draw this diagram of plate tectonics, draw this thing. So basically how this happens is there is something called subduction. When two convergent plates come together, the one plate goes down, like for example, this is the plate 1 and then this is the plate 2. So this concept is called subduction. In fact, our Himalayas also are near the subduction zone of area called Tethys Sea. I think you all know it, but I'm just saying it's Tethys Sea. And the Himalayas are also still young and there is still some activity going. If I'm not wrong, I think it is 4 mm or something per year. The height of Himalayas increasing. Okay, so it is, that's why it is called still young mountains. Himalayas are called young mountains. Okay, so when this plate 1 and plate 2 become, so there is subduction and there is all water around it. Okay, these plates are in the water. So some part of this land pops up. So among this water, some part of the land pops up here, some parts of land pops up here, it pops up here. So this becomes an archipelago. This is called an archipelago. That is a group of islands formed due to the volcanic and the plate tectonic activity. So this is the formation of archipelago. In Indonesian case, you need to mention here, you have to mention the plates which are undergoing this particular subduction. So in Indonesia case, it is Indo-Australian plate, which is a major plate, and this one more plate is Sunda plate, which is a minor plate. So here what is happening is this particular plate is getting subducted by this Sunda plate, and due to the rise of Sunda plate in bits and pieces, this Indonesia is getting formed. And same for Philippines, same logic and same concept for Philippines. In case of Philippines, it is the Sunda plate and the Philippine plate. So two minor plates here and the Philippine plate. So plate 1 and plate 2 get subducted, and then again in case of Philippines you have small archipelagos. And then what you can say is, so what is the impact? You can just add one dimension. Impact of these formations is, as these archipelagos have been formed due to tectonic activity, and the process of subduction is happening continuously without any, it's happening continuously. This is resulting into volcanic activity and also frequent earthquakes and also tsunamis, and hence this entire area is popularly referred to as Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, and in the conclusion you'll write that maybe you can just say, due to the plate tectonic activity, the archipelagos have been formed and this activity continues to go on. Clear? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
You also not written? Shanta Prasad,
No,
you have
sir.
written? Good way of presenting this. So you can see plate 2, plate 1, you have shown good. So see the last question. There is no formation of deltas by rivers of Western Ghats. Why? Yeah. Yes, a very straightforward question where every one of you will have points to mention. What Rajni has told, more or less it's the same thing which everyone will be writing. Okay. In fact, it's a very strange thing that they have asked this for 150 words, because later on it has become actually an objective bit. You must have seen in the objective bits. Today I don't expect UPSC to ask these kind of questions, because in 2013, and be clear, up to 2017, UPSC was trying to adjust with the new format. From 2013 to 2017, it was trying to adjust with the new format, but now it has evolved, and ever since 2018 and up to this year 2021 mains, 22 mains, in fact, the standard has gone to very next level. Okay, so yeah, so be prepared for these kind of, if not for this, you have to be prepared for the tough questions. There is no formation of deltas by rivers of Western Ghats. Why? So see the question. They're asking you why there is no formation of rivers. Sorry, no deltas for the rivers in the Western Ghats. So no delta formation for rivers of Western Ghats. Okay, so why there is no river formation? Obviously, why? So simply in the introduction, you can say that in the peninsular region, around 70% of the drainage is through east flowing rivers, and only 30% is around for the west flowing rivers. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So in the body, you will say the prominent rivers of east are which are flowing east. Here east means flowing east are Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. Okay, these are some prominent peninsular rivers, etc., and their tributaries. And rivers flowing west are Narmada, Tapti, etc. So why no deltas for Western Ghat rivers or the west flowing rivers? So one thing is, these peninsular rivers are non-perennial. They are not perennial. What do you mean by perennial? They are not perennial. That means they do not flow throughout the year. Which rivers are perennial? Himalayan rivers. Because there is continuous snow which is melting, they are perennial. So first thing, so no other river like river Ganga can form the plains. Let's be very clear. So and then one more thing, if you see the peninsula, here you can draw the peninsular region. This is the western plain. And the eastern plain is like this. So what is the difference you are trying to know? The western plain is very narrow and the eastern plain is very broad. So what is the reason for this? So the flow of rivers is hindered in the western part while it is smooth in the eastern part. Okay, and then the flow is restricted due to lot of changes of direction in the western plains, and the flow length is also less. Okay, and then they flow the ridges, they flow through the ridges, and Hence, they do not form plains. And also, the Western Ghats are more continuous when compared to the Eastern Ghats, and hence the scope for formation of plains is less in Western Ghats. So these are some of the points you can mention, and then in the conclusion you can say, hence there are no fertile plains in the Western Ghats, fertile continuous plains in the Western Ghats like in the Eastern Plains or Eastern Ghats. Okay, this is due to the territorial built up of the Indian peninsular system or peninsular system. That's all. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, in this type of question, we should give the difference between Western Ghats rivers and Himalayan rivers, or Western Ghats rivers and Eastern Ghats rivers are both.
We are just, see, the purpose is you have to bring out the fact why it is not forming plains. So you can definitely bring the comparison between Himalayan rivers and Western Ghats also. Not a problem. Because it is not a straightforward comparison between Western and Eastern Ghats. Okay, delta definition you want to mention. Okay. Yeah, good. They come from hard rock surface. Yes, this point I missed. So hence they do not have a lot of sediments like your Godavari or Krishna. Yeah. Also the rainfall also is less good. Okay, you only mentioned few points. Few more points as discussed you can mention. Navya, and then conclude. Okay. I hope it is clear for everyone. The questions you have discussed. Any doubts in that? Clear? Yes. Everyone, Sumant, Soumya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please write. I am expecting more number of people to write the questions. Attempt the answers regularly. Okay. I was told that some of you have written group 1. So now that you have all become free, again come back to our normal mode. So I'm wishing to see more number of answers so that we'll have more diversity. That's all. Because anyhow, we are doing the model answers. So when you look at your friends' answers, you'll also learn something, some point you must have missed and all. Okay. Fine. Good night. We'll meet tomorrow.